Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the FPL edition of the Avegonas podcast. This is me, Vijay, aka Picasso, the novice of the gang, and we are welcoming back Ellen, our FPL resident expert. So, hi, Ellen.
Hi, Picasso.
So, we are going to do this for the game week before the international break, right? So, is there anything special that this weekend has to do, Ellen, before we start on the agenda and stuff? Is there something that our viewers should do this week because of the international break?
Not much. Like many people, right? Like they would have planned their wild card during this period, for two reasons. One is like normally during international break, many people get injured, or like now with the COVID, right? Like restriction, many of them doesn't play game. And the other reason is like Chelsea and City's fixtures, right? They are getting into like a good mode from the coming weeks. So many people targeted this international game week as the period where they will do the wild card. So not if they're going to do the wild card, right? I'll suggest them like they can start like their transfers or like wild card thing as soon as the game week starts, so that they get maximum time like to think and change the team as much they want it. And from our side also, right? Next week, since there won't be any game week, there is going to be a special episode on wild card alone.
Yeah,
so that like people who are doing wildcard, it will be useful for them.
That's actually good news for everyone. I mean, wildcard. I'm not, as I mentioned, right? I'm a very novice at the FPL game. So all these things, whatever I'm hearing from you, that's what I'm taking it on me to do something about it. So thank you, Ellen, for that. So we will do an FPL wildcard episode in the coming week. But this week, let's start with what we are going to do about. Okay, there I am able to share my screen. So this week's agenda, as usual, we are doing the leaderboard first, and then we would also talk about the captain choices as usual. Last time, Ellen, your captain choices, you mentioned Vardy, and he kind of he was actually good.
Let's just recap that. Like say last week, right? Say Lukaku failed. That's a different thing. Ronaldo also failed, but Ronaldo was just you can say few minutes away from getting good points. Like if he had taken that penalty, 90% Ronaldo scores on his penalty, and he would have got close to 9 points.
Yeah.
But since Bruno took it, Ronaldo didn't take it. It was just 2 points for Ronaldo.
So Bruno stole Ellen's thunder there. Like Ellen actually predicted the right thing, but Bruno.
But the other interesting part was Vardy scoring 2 goals, and I was actually even made fun by few guys when Vardy scored his own goal, and I even answered that I told he scored a goal. I didn't say which side. But then for me, even though Vardy and other things are common picks, I was actually interested about Zaga. Wilfred Zaga, I predicted him to he was having a bad season, relatively not a great season, but I predicted him because against this opponent, he had in the past scored 4 goals against Brighton. In the last 4 games, he has always scored. So based on that, right, I took a punt on him, and he again scored a goal. That was one good thing, I could say, but. It was a mixed week. Not only for me, many FPL experts itself had a mixed game week last time, because the premium players all failed, but the other picks they all did really well.
Yeah, so let's start with the as usual with the leaderboard, and then we will go ahead with the captain choices, and we will talk about your free hit team for this game week.
Yes.
Right. So let's go ahead with the leaderboard. Why is this not working? Okay, so I think
Okay.
So we got, I think, with the game week
a 5, new leader again. See, we are having except for Gagan getting second time, all the other game weeks, right? We have all got a new winner every game week. Krupapal, he got a win this time, and then Marvin used to be guy who always is consistent and he has come second, and Gagan when the other people got closer to him, right, he had a stellar week last time, and he came third there. And what that has done is like the overall positions, right? Gagan has got a good lead back again. And the competitions like the E equal to MI square and the other guy, like they all have gone down. And like we have got like two new people, like Ilavarsan and Marvin as second and third.
I've been seeing Marvin.
Marvin is like 414. Like there's a typo error here. Marvin is also 414.
Okay. But Marvin is the one who has been performing consistently, right? I mean,
yes,
he is
like,
not one who is having a high
no,
week,
he
low
has
week.
come in the second or third. Like last week, he had a average performance, and that's why like he dropped out of the top three. Marvin is like a consistent performer, like Gagan again. But Ilavarsan in the last few game weeks, right? He has like caught up with the leaders, like and last year also he had a good performance. So like I expect this battle to heat
Get
up
closer,
in the coming years. Yes,
it's getting interesting right now with three of them
Yes.
fighting for the top three spot, and having a new leader every week is kind of making it more interesting,
good.
right?
Yes.
And with the bench points, it's still a close fight.
Yeah, but like Bob has like started catching it with Venkatesh in the recent week. Like Bob, right? Like he was like he got around 23 points in the last game week in bench. That's a very difficult thing to do. Like and what to say? Like he's slowly cutting up, but like Ziglu Parambara is Venkatesh, right? Like he got around 10 to 12 points, and like he's still maintaining his top positions. So, but like Bob was really caught up with them.
Yeah, not by much, like 5
Bob
points.
Yeah. But again, like both of them are giving a good fight with others. Like, see, many people are still in 30s, and these guys have already taken a huge lead. And like 50-point lead in bench, I think is very difficult to achieve.
You never know. It's really early, and with the game week winners, we still have Gagan with 2 wins, and then there are a lot with 1 wins. Raghuram, Yesh, Ilavarsan, Bob, Raghu, and Kiruba Paul, all with 1 wins. I mean, it's going to get more competitive. This is the one that I feel like for now it's very normal, because it's like everyone is getting 1 win. When people get 2 or 3 wins, that's when this game
the
week
thing is like. This might have, like, say, out of the 38 game league, right? Like, this might have, like, majority of them getting 1 and, like, very few getting 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, see, a person who's not at all in this, like, say, even around game week 30, like, we might be saying, and then a person winning 3 or 4 game weeks continuous, right? He might win the overall thing also. This is something like everybody has a chance compared to the other ones.
That's true.
So actually, like the first 2, right? Like we can predict after some 15 or 20 game weeks. But this is the one, like I'm actually more interested, the bench points and this thing, because anybody can see, like say, let me give anything. Like say, once I come to a stage where I cannot get good position, but I can try for the bench points after that. I can put all my 3 good guys in the bench and like I can try to get maximum points from that too, at least to get that prize. So it's going to be like an interesting thing while we go forward.
Yeah, I am looking at the overall points, because that is one that I've been following very closely. But let's go to the actual usage part of the pod. So captain's choice, Ellen, go ahead. What are the captain's choice for this week?
Okay, see, Chelsea players are always going to be in demand this week there, because they're going to play against Southampton. See, Lukaku has failed in the last few games, but like I'm still predicting Lukaku to have a good week. The reason being is, if you see the last few years, Lukaku has always played well against bottom place teams. Southampton is currently at 16th position now. And the other good thing for Lukaku is, like in the press conferences, it has been said like Mount is ready and he might play the game. If Mount comes in, right, like Lukaku does a little bit more comparative without Mount. So
yeah, with a more creative option behind him, Lukaku scores a lot more. And
so
Mount is kind of
a reason.
Mount also increases the number in the box. So Lukaku, it makes sense.
Yeah, but like the other thing there is, like I would suggest, compared to like Lukaku, I was actually going to say Alonso as like the first choice, like as captain this week, because against Southampton, Chelsea has a good chance of clean sheet, and Alonso will also help in attack. So if he gets an assist or a goal, right, like he'll get huge amount of points along with the clean sheet. So that was my initial thought. But like the last few game weeks as well as like the Champions League, right? Like shows like Chilwell might come back and he might replace Alonso
Mhm.
from the starting lineup. That's why I haven't put that and I put Chelsea defenders at the bottom. But
Mhm.
again, I'll say Chelsea defenders are a good option this game.
Mm.
And then the other usual guys, Antonio and Ronaldo. Antonio, like again, even last game week he has scored a goal and he's still the top point scorer in the forward option,
Mhm.
like in the FPL. So
Yeah.
Brentford also last week, right? Like when they tried to attack, like they considered goals also. Like they considered 3 last week.
Yeah.
So I expect Antonio to score again this week, and that's why I've given him as an option.
Mhm.
And then Ronaldo, as I said, like he was just like few minutes away from getting 9 points last week. And this
Damn,
time they're going
Bruno.
to play. Yeah. And this time they're going to play against Everton, who are, I would say, defensively little bit better under Rafa. But still Ronaldo is Ronaldo, and I expect him to score a goal based on his current form.
Mhm.
The next 4, right, are again, these are again, a lot of people will do it, but again, these are, I will say, some differential picks, because for example, like to take Salah, right, like he plays against City, and many people will not make him as captain.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say why you have to make him as a captain.
Mhm.
So before going to Salah, like Vardy, as we saw in last week, it's
Yeah,
scored even
he
2 and he's in good form. And
yeah,
he's
he's
also
always a
playing
threat.
against
He's always a
yeah,
threat.
he's
Yeah.
also playing against Crystal Palace. But since many people will not have Vardy, like I'm seeing him as a differential. See, because since you are a novice, in FPL, a differential is a person
Mhm.
whom not many people will have. So
Yeah.
if you have that player and you do good with him, right, you will move up high in the rankings.
Mhm.
Because not many people will. For example, if you take Salah, even if we make him a captain and he scores big, if many of the people are also going to have him and make him as captain, it's going to be commonly increasing for all.
Yeah.
But a differential is a person who will get you more points. So
Mhm.
generally, every team will have 2 or 3 players who are differential players,
Mhm.
and Vardy is one kind of person. And
Mhm.
Salah, right, generally he has one trend. I'm just trying to explain it to you. Salah always does well in home games compared to away games.
Mhm.
In the past, there even used to be a saying, if Salah plays in home, he should be made captain.
Yeah.
That is the trend. And I went and did some analysis how he did it against City. So the last 4 games against City, right, Premier League home games, in Anfield,
Yeah.
Salah has 3 goals and 1 assist even against City.
Mhm.
So you can always trust Salah in Anfield game. So you can still give him a amber. He's also in good form relatively. So even though City is good, and all those things, I expect Salah to score a goal there.
Mhm.
And Rafinha also the same thing. He's one of the main attacker in Leeds, and with now Bamford not available and other things, I expect him to score goals. And so far, right, he has already scored 3 goals. He missed scoring against Liverpool, and then I think one other big team.
Mhm.
So out of the 3 games where he didn't score, 2 of them were big teams.
Mhm.
So Leeds didn't score much in those games. So I'm okay with that. But Rafinha has already scored 3 goals, and he's playing against Watford. So he's again a big differential choice for a captain, because I
Mhm.
expect him to score or assist in that team.
Yeah.
And then the final pick is just a complete punt, because Arsenal, right, they have played Brighton 8 times in Premier League,
Yeah.
from 2017-18
17,
season
18.
till
Yeah.
now. In all the 8 games, right, they have at least scored a goal.
Mhm.
Whether they've won or lost or draw, they have always scored a goal. So I expect that trend to continue this time also. So I'm with Arsenal, you cannot predict who will be the scorer. So it's more like a punt on Auba. Or if you
Mhm.
think it will be Saka, you can take Saka also. So that is a punt choice. It is not a differential or a calculated choice, but something like a punt if you want to take. I'll say any Arsenal goal scorer you can put there.
But I have one question here, Ellen, before we
Yeah.
move on, right? Like with Salah especially. So City has played a midweek game against PSG, right, for Champions League,
Yes.
and so they didn't score. I think it was a 2-0
They didn't
loss
score.
to
Yeah.
PSG. So my worry is that Pep would come back with a vengeance against Liverpool. Liverpool won, So, and also they scored a lot. So there is also a tired factor to the teams. Would that come into factor?
Okay, there are two things here. Like say, if you take that way also, right? Like say, Pep will come with vengeance and he will try to attack and he'll try to win.
Yeah.
In that case, right, like when they try to attack, their defense will not be like the same level like if they play a normal game. So that gives more chances for Salah to score and win. Like like you could see like even like Liverpool had a midweek game too.
Yeah.
See, there is one other important factor in this is like Liverpool will not have Trent Alexander-Arnold. So that could be a big factor, like if whether they will be able to attack the same way as they normally do.
Okay.
Because Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah have a good chemistry and they like
they complement each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is one big factor for Salah's thing. So because of lack of TAA, like maybe Salah might blank this week. But like based on the past record and like based on his Anfield record and his current form, right, I still expect him to score.
Salah is Salah, but
and Salah also takes penalties for them. So that's again an added thing.
For me, after listening to you, I think I would literally go for any of the Chelsea defenders because that seems to be the wisest choice that I could make.
Yes.
So, do we move on to the next one, or do you want to add something else to?
Okay. Not here. Like, but one generic question I want to ask my audience. Like, see, so far I'm just saying like so that because I don't know their team and everything, but like, do they want to look at my team and what changes I do regularly if they want to do, right? I'll add a segment for that also going forward.
Okay, there you go, audience. So whoever wants to see Ellen's team and what are the changes he does, just drop in a comment like what he wants, what you guys want. So, and Ellen would do it for you. That's a great initiative. And when we are doing that, we should also do the like, share, and subscribe thing, Ellen. Right? So anyone who likes our content, just like and share it with your friends, with your FPL partners, or keep it a secret if you want. That is also fine. And yeah, comment on what you like to see more and stuff like that. So,
or like I'm okay with like getting comments, like say questions. Like see, some people whom I know personally, right, they have come now and asked me some questions like whom to have kind of thing. But if you have any queries like that, right, like or like any kind of FPL question, even if it's a very basic question, put it in the comments. I'm ready to answer.
Yeah, we will add a section to your questions and we will answer to that if you had any questions. So anyways, moving on with the content actually. So we will talk about the Gameweeks free hit.
It's
team.
a free hit thing, free hit team. Like see, I was creating with a 15-member squad last time, and like I got like comments from few of the listeners that like see, in a free hit anyhow you cannot use other chips like a bench booster or anything. So they will be like wanting to have a team which is like of maximum capability in the playing
11. Yeah. Okay.
So that is what the remaining 4 they are not at all worried about, because so what I have done is like, hey, if you take a non-playing players or like player with minimum amount, right? Like a goalkeeper will be like 4 million, a defender will be like 4 million, and like a midfielder and a forward will be 4.5 and 4.5. So when you start an FPL like at the beginning, so it is like close to like 17 like a million of your money is gone. So the remaining is like 83 million. So what I have always tried to do here is like I'll create a team of 11 whose price budget will be from 82.5 to like 83.5, because your team price will vary like this thing. So in that price range, I'll try to take a team of 11 and like with the current formation, I'll put it.
Okay.
So in this, right, like I have taken one risk here because out of Salah, Ronaldo, and Lukaku, right, like I expect Lukaku and Ronaldo to score compared to Salah because of TAA not being available. That's the major reason. So you could see like there's no Salah here. I cannot have all the 3 because like then like I cannot form a good team with 83. So what I have done is like Liverpool plays against Southampton, and then like United plays against Everton, and both Everton and Southampton, right? I don't expect them to like score much.
Yeah.
Because Everton doesn't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison for this game, and like Rodriguez is not at all playing this season at all. So
Rodriguez
I
is
expect them not to. Yeah, he's like Rafa and Rodriguez will not go well. So that was expected at the beginning of the season itself. So what I have done is like along with the Lukaku and Ronaldo, I've gone for the defense of these two teams. So you could see Rodiger and Christian because I'm not sure about Alonso playing for sure. Since there is a doubtfulness there, like I haven't gone for Alonso, or else my first preferred choice is Alonso.
Yeah, Rudiger and
the other
Christensen
option
are good options though. Yeah.
Yeah, Aspi is a good option, Aspileta, but like he's 6 million and that will affect my team's thing. So that meant like I have to go for like two defenders from United, like or like a defender or a goalie from United. So I've gone for Van Bissaka and Digia. The only reason being like Maguire is injured and Luksha is again doubtful. But again, since they play Everton with no strikers and other things, I still expect whomever plays like Lindelof or like Bailey, like I'll still expect them United to have a clean sheet. So that's why I've gone with Van Bissaka and Digia. So this like takes out 6 members already. So the remaining 5 is what I want to focus now. So I thought like I'll go with another premium option in Antonio because he's in form and he plays against Brentford. So that makes your front 3. So it is always going to be a 4-3-3. Actually, like I've made a mistake here. Like it should not be like Benrahma should not be there. So I just now realized like I've got 12 people like instead of 11. So in that case, right, like I can take instead of Gallagher and Benrahma, right, I can put Salah there. So it is going to be a 4-3-3 with Rudiger, Christine, and Cody Van Bissaka, Sar, Rafinha, Salah, Lukaku, Ronaldo, and Antonio.
Oh, that's
so I got
my
Salah
option.
back. Yeah, I got Salah in.
So in this case, my only question is right, like what is the idea behind picking up Sar and Rafinha?
Yeah, that is what I'm going to go. Like Cody, right? Like again, it's based on the price range. I went for Cody, or else I would have gone for Semedo. Wolves are playing against like I think Newcastle, like weaker opposition, and I expect them to keep a clean sheet. As well as like I expect like if it was Semedo, I expected him to help in attack too. So I've gone for like based on pictures, like the 4.5 goalie, sorry, defender. I was thinking who can get the maximum clean sheet, and Cody being Wolves captain, right? He will definitely play. So that's the reason for selecting Cody. Rafinha, as I said, like in the captain choice itself, and that is the reason why I have him. And then Sar, right? Like again, he's in form, and Watford plays against which team? Leeds. So with Leeds, right? Like even though they play beautiful football, they do attacking. Their defense is always weak.
Yeah.
And they don't have Eiling and like few more players also available in that team. So I expect Watford to score goals also. And Sar is the most creative person in Watford, and he's also in form. So that is why I've gone for Sar.
Because
so
that's the question for me, right? Because you have kept a player from Leeds and you have kept a player from Watford who are playing against each other.
But if you see, right, both playing against each other, but like I haven't taken any defenders from them because they both will score and they both will like these are the people who will be like influential in scoring.
That is actually smart. I wouldn't have thought of it. I would have been like, oh, I should pick only one from either of the team who I think will win. Yeah, that is an actually good way of seeing it. Thanks for.
And like as I said, like this is going to be a 4-3-3 with Rudiger, Christian, and Cody and Van Bissaka, Sar, Rafinha, and Salah. Like forget Gallagher and Benrahma. Salah, you know the reason that.
Yeah.
And then Lukaku, Ronaldo, and I was actually when I was creating this team, right? I was thinking why I'm not getting the fund. Like I should get Salah's fund. Now I realized like what was the mistake I have done.
But yeah, now you guys know what is the idea behind it, and yeah, thanks Ellen. Actually, that was really good. I learned a lot today. As in, like I'm always learning about FPL right now. And thanks again for joining in today and helping us with all the FPL questions and sharing a lot of answers to us. Anything else you want to add?
Okay, I was thinking like going forward, right? I'll try to do one more thing. Like I was thinking of fixture difficulties. Right? Normally when I give, like I say, who has good fixtures and who has bad fixtures. I'm also trying to think like sometimes, right? Let's say for example, Leeds might be a difficult fixture for a lower team.
Yeah.
But for the strikers, right, Leeds will still be a good option. Say, for example, if you take Watford versus Leeds, as such, Leeds might be a tougher team.
Yeah.
But like Watford strikers can still score a goal against Leeds. Whereas like there will be some smaller teams, like say for example, Brentford might be an easy fixture for the bigger teams. Yeah. But Brentford defense is relatively like much better than the other lower level teams.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to. This is again an experiment from my side. I'm trying to check whether I can also try to get a fixture difficulty, which says like an attacking fixture difficulty and a defensive fixture difficulty, along with the overall difficulty. So if you try to give this, right, like then if some player you are going to take a midfielder or an attacker or a defender, right, that can help you to take a much more better way.
That makes sense.
So that is something I'm going to try to experiment. Like, so we'll see it in the coming weeks how it goes. And based on your feedback, I'll continue or like stop with that. Yeah, so that's an idea. I have it in my mind.
Yeah, so, and also again, we are also doing the whole wildcard thing next week. So do check out. And thank you, Ellen. So thanks everyone for joining in today. And if you like our content, like, share, and subscribe, and comment in any questions, any comments, any criticism that you have. Thank you, Ellen. Talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.